What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. So Gilbert Arenas on Gil's Arena recently said that he believes that rookie phenom Victor Wembanyama, who's getting ready to start his second stint in the NBA, well, I should say second season, but you know what I meant. He's going to start his second season in the NBA, will eventually have a season comparable to 1998 Jordan's MVP campaign, saying that in particular, his 2026-27 season will be on a level of dominance similar to the one MJ had that year. And, Victor Wembanyama, his rookie year averaged, I think, something around 21 points, I think 10 rebounds, I think around 4 assists, a league-leading 3.6 blocks, and over 1 steal. All right? Now, Michael Jordan's rookie campaign, he averaged 35 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, a league-leading 3.2 steals. And I forgot to mention league-leading 35 points per game, which was his second scoring title, and 1.6 blocks per game. Now, in fact, I believe the 1.6 blocks he averaged in 88 was more than 18 of the then 23 starting centers in the NBA. That's quite impressive. That's quite impressive for a 6'6" shooting guard. So Michael Jordan dominated on the offensive end, on the defensive end. Of course, he won the slam dunk contest that year. Won Defensive Player of the Year. MVP. But more importantly, he led the Bulls to 50 wins, which was the first time in a long time that the Bulls won 50 games in a season. And I think it was the first time they won that many games since the mid-70s, early to mid-70s. And they advanced out of the first round for the first time in a long time, and the first time in Jordan's stint as a Bull, where they eventually lost to the Detroit Pistons in the semifinals. Of course, the Pistons would go on to the NBA Finals that year, losing in 7 to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, could Victor have a campaign as dominant as Mike? I mean, it's possible. I don't think he's going to lead the league in scoring. I don't think he... usually guys who lead the league in scoring tend to have the ball in their hands a lot. And I can't see him playing with Chris Paul, even though Chris Paul is a reduced Chris Paul, although I don't think that Chris Paul will be on the team by 2027, 26. But generally speaking, big men don't tend to lead the NBA in scoring. I mean, it has happened, of course. Will Chamberlain, Kareem, George Mikan, Shaq, Joel Embiid, excuse me. It happens. It happens, but usually those guys tend to have a good mix of size, strength, low post prowess, mid-range, and now in the three-point era, three-point shooting. And they tend to have the ball in their hands a lot. And oftentimes it's force-fed to them. I mean, it's possible Wemby could average 30 points per game because in today's NBA, you're not going to win a scoring title average of 26, 27, which I could easily see Wemby doing. You kind of got to average more around 32 and higher now. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do that because this is a guy that's going to expend so much energy on the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Defense and blocking shots and things of that matter. being a key defensive cog for those Spurs team, it's just hard for me to see him constantly also putting up 35 points on the other end. You know what I'm saying? But anything's possible. As a matter of fact, I think it's more comparable to compare him to other great centers in their campaigns. I think a better comparison would be compare him to David Robinson and maybe his 1995 MVP campaign. I think that year, let me see. I think David Robinson averaged over 25 points per game that year. Let me see something. Yes, David Robinson, his MVP year of 1994-95. The Spurs won 62 games. That year, David Robinson appeared in 81 contests. He averaged 38 minutes per night. He averaged 27.6 points per game. So I was off a little bit. 27.6 points per game. He averaged 10.8 rebounds. He averaged 2.9 assists, 1.7 steals, 3.2 blocks per game, 53% shooting from the floor, and 77% from the line. He got to the line 10.5 times per night. And Akeem Olajuwon, who won the league MVP in 1993-94, the year before that, this is when the center position was dominating the league. You know what I'm saying? That year, he averaged in 80 games, 27.3 points, 11.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists. 3.6 assists, 1.6 assists, 3.7 blocks, 53% shooting from the floor. I actually shot 42% from downtown, but on a very small sample size, and 72% from the line. Yeah, so, I mean, look, man, he needs to be compared more to the lineage of great centers or great big men. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Victor Wembanyama. I'm talking about the George Mikins, the David Robinsons. Compare him to the great big men of the Spurs lineage, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? Victor Wembanyama is what? Power forward. So, compare him to the other great big men of the history. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this though, it's not just about numbers. It's not just about numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's about So he plays power forward and sometimes center. So yeah, compare him to the big men of history. That's what he has to be striving for. Man. All this talk about Bronny, they need to be talking about this dude. You know what I'm saying? All this talk and all this hype with Bronny, this goes to show you how the integrity of the NBA has been ruined. We need to be focusing on the number one picks. I don't mind. Look, if the NBA wants to promote Bronny a little bit, fine. He could be a side story. Like, can LeBron's son, make a path for himself? Fine. But when you're trying to lie to us or con me or con fans as if this dude is something he's not, yeah, that's going to breed resentment. And then if you say something about it, here come his stupid ass fans. Oh man, you just hating on the brother. Oh, you hating on this young kid. Oh man, you a grown man hating on. Shut the fuck up. Stop playing the race angle with every damn thing. You get on me when I'm talking about race. This is the thing that get me about these dudes. I be on here talking about real stuff when it comes to race, right? Like how the political parties use black people. When I'm talking about the hypocrisy in the media and how they demonize black men for crimes, but with their white counterparts, it's no smoke. When I'm talking about stuff like that, oh, I'm playing the race card. But then when I'm criticizing Bronny in a league that's 85% black, oh, you hating on this brother. Get out of my face, man. And stop calling him a kid. Okay? LeBron James himself said it's a grown man who can answer his own questions and is accountable for his own actions. You know what I'm saying? Don't he get paid like a professional? So get out of here, man. None of us had any smoke for Bronny when he was playing in high school or in college. He's a professional basketball player now. Open to critique from the media. You ain't got no problems criticizing these other young kids. But somehow LeBron James and Bronny are exempt from criticism. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with clutch sports is exempt from criticism. But anyway, with Victor, I think the number one thing is to at least make this team a contender. Lead them. You know what I'm saying? He does need help. But I like his mentality. I like his professionalism. I like his work ethic. Me personally, I think he needs to cut down number threes he takes. I like that he's added a lot of muscle. I think he was 210 pounds. Now he's up to 235. He's young and he's still growing. So, he's going to get bigger because he's still growing. And no, it's not, um, him using shots or anything like that. He's just growing because he's getting bigger. And, he's only, 19, 20? So he's filling out. So, uh, yeah, I think that the Spurs will have a bright future, but man, he needs a team around him. And I also think, man, to be honest with you, I love, Popovich, man, but Spurs may need another coach, man. Just somebody, just a, it just, I don't know. It's not like that. Popovich is not a great coach, but they might need somebody else to just attach, just to kind of ceremoniously end the Tim Duncan era in people's minds and just have another up and coming innovative coach attached to Victor Wembanyama. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? They need to just move on and start the new Victor Wembanyama era with the Spurs, and you know they need to try to get a good team around this guy. Don't waste his years in San Antonio, because if they don't build a team around him in San Antonio, he's going to leave. He's going to bounce. And I'm not going to blame him. At least attempt to seem like you're doing something. But anyway, we'll have to see if he becomes a player on any level, on a historic level, not just Michael Jordan. I'm tired of Michael Jordan always being the only guy that's compared to other great players, especially when you look at the fact that these guys don't even play the same position. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.